Hello there, YouTubers. Troz here. Now, I've been working on a bunch of different minecart stations and stuff like that. I'm trying to plan out a really cool minecart station for our server's nether portal, nether spawn area. So, I've been playing around in 1.7.4, which is what I'm currently in. But I've also been trying out some of the pre-releases of 1.8 that have come out, and I've actually I've noticed a few differences, some that concern me. So I'm going to show them off here, and maybe someone knows if they're actually bugs or if they're intentional changes, and can leave a comment or something. First one is kind of obscure. So I saw an old video with a interesting track switch based on it was described as track jumping, and this is basically it. This is the simplest two-way switching. I built a more complex, slightly more complex four-way switching, which basically has three of these, one off each of these end tracks here. But this is enough to demonstrate the concept. So we have a trapdoor here, and with the trapdoor open, the cart makes it all the way over to this second track. And to switch onto the first track, you either put the trapdoor down, or you can you can have levers or something controlling the trapdoor over there. And now with it down, the cart hits into the edge of the trapdoor and just falls straight down onto this first track. So with it open, it jumps across the first onto the second track. But with it down, it hits the trapdoor and falls on the first track. So that's how the track switch works. And I'll jump over to pre-release builds in just a second, but I want to first show off this other mechanism here. So this is just there's a torch under here to power these tracks. We have a tripwire, and the tripwire has a torch that controls the direction of this track switch here, traditional track switch. And if I go into it, you can see it will go over to the left, otherwise it will go straight ahead. So if I put an empty cart here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's the tripwire, and the cart goes right under the tripwire and does not activate the turn. However, if I put a cart down and get in it, I am tall enough to activate the tripwire, and we go over to the left there. So that makes a really nice and easy empty cart detector. So if you have a big station and want to trap or redirect runaway carts with no one in them back to some collection point, that's a great way of doing it with this tripwire. However, both of these mechanisms I'm seeing don't work the same way under the pre-release builds. So I'm going to load up the pre-release right now and show you what happens. Be back in a second. Alrighty, here we are in 14W06B. That's the latest pre-release build when I'm recording. And I do want to say I do like the music. There's a larger variety of music. It seems to play more often. I'm getting a little bit of hitchy frame rate here, but I'm not sure if that will actually show up in the video. But so here's the jump track switch, and obviously with the trapdoor down, it works correctly. But when I open the trapdoor, the cart doesn't go as far as it used to, and so it lands on the first track here. So that's a big difference. What I have found is if I put the track up to a third level and then add another block here and then add the trapdoor, it's on the bottom of the upper block here, so it's kind of level with the the minecart track, the cart, will correctly still fall on the first one, but now if I open it up, the extra block height does allow it to go over to the second track. However, like I said, I made a 4-way version of this, which involves 2 drops, so that would be 2 blocks taller than it would need under 1.7.4. So that would make this design less viable than it currently is. It is already kind of specialized. When do you need to switch tracks while dropping down 2 blocks and turning 90 degrees? The bigger problem, though, I think, is this. All right, we still got the tripwire here. Let's. It now appears that minecarts, even though they are completely going under the tripwire, are activating the tripwire and turning to the left there instead of going straight and not activating the tripwire. And I can get in, and I'm going to the same spot that empty minecarts are, which makes tripwires now totally useless for determining empty carts from full carts. And that's a big problem, because, well, not the only way, it was one of the easiest ways. You'd have to now build a hill or something, a hill. A person in a cart will go up a hill further than an empty cart will, so you can have it so that a person will make it to the top of a hill where an empty cart won't, and it will roll back down, and then you can, I don't know how high a hill you'd need, definitely higher than that, but you can have it so when they come back down, and let's see, some boosters here. It's probably high enough, I hope. Yeah, so the empty cart will go that way, but if I get in it, I will probably make it to the top, yeah. So that's one way to separate them, but you can see that takes a lot of space compared to just using a little tripwire. And, there's other ways based upon timing. You have a detector rail, and if they don't pass another switch before a certain time, you can say that a person wasn't in it, because if a person was in it, it would have more momentum and it would get past the switch faster. But again, that needs some complex, well, not complex, but you need some redstone repeaters to delay the signal long enough. But tripwires were really nice, and now they don't seem to be working. And this, while I can't say it was used very much, it definitely looks like minecarts, after they leave tracks or are in the air, don't go as far, because now they need at least a 3 blocks height fall to move over 1 block, even at what should be full speed, where before they only needed 2. So that's another change. And while I'm not going to be doing reviews or feature overviews of every pre-release build, I mean, plenty of other channels do that. That's not what I'm here for. I like making interesting machines and mechanisms, but then when I copied some of my new station designs and tried them out in the pre-release, I saw some problems, and that's what I'm reporting here. I'm not sure if these are intended feature changes or if they're potential side effects or bugs. If you know, please leave a comment. I'd like to discuss these. Maybe I will mark up something on the Minecraft bug log, bug base, whatever they call it. Never done that before, but yeah. So if I do notice any more changes relating to machines I've built, I'll be sure to make a video. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.